Welcome to our last vacation before becoming parents. In this video, we cover Karkloof, which is great for hiking, biking, and trail running. We also take a tour of Groundcover leather, and we stay at this really cool rustic hidden gem place called Kululapa. Hope you enjoy the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Here we go.
My husband's at Karkloof Conservancy starting at the country club. He's heading out on a 30k MTB.
So this is one of the best MTB trails in South Africa. If you Google like top MTB trails on one of the websites, it comes out #1. It rained a bit this morning, so luckily I recently purchased a mudguard protector from Decathlon. It's so nice and small, and yeah, it makes a huge difference because there'll be no mud like splashing on my face. So yeah, looking forward to the cycle.
All through the forests, the sappy forests, and I'm gonna chill here at the country club. This beautiful setting, but maybe I'll take a walk later.
Yeah, there's a nice viewpoint to the Karkloof Falls. This is the Karkloof picnic site. It has a viewing deck of the waterfall. I actually bought the shirt right now from Karkloof. They're having a 40% sale because they're clearing their stock. So yeah, let me show you the waterfall. Here's the viewing deck. You take a picture, part of the Sapi property. The trails always change because sometimes Sapi is cutting down trees, so they change it. Very well marked. And this is the waterfall. Really loving this trail. Scenery is great. A lot of single track. Trail goes on some jeep tracks as well through the forest. Really cool downhills. It's just really stunning. Some mountains in the background. So I lived in Joburg last year. That's when I got into MTB. Honestly, in Joburg we just settle. The trails there aren't that great. They zigzag a lot. Over here in KZN we might not have as many trails, but the ones that we do have are absolutely stunning. I mean, this thing doesn't really zigzag. It's a nice loop. In Joburg we had to settle for like farms. Yeah, so if you're into mountain trail biking, definitely come check out the trails at Karkloof.
Okay, and I am attempting an 8k walk to the picnic site. Hopefully it's nothing too tough. There are like 100 flies around me and I don't know why. A little bit of indigenous bush, we think. So this is Karkloof Conservancy falls on Sappy's property. So that's forestry, logging. But they've committed 1/3 of their land towards biodiversity, and they're committed to sustainable farming. So yeah, that's cool. Coming to a river, so hopefully close to my waterfall now. There is also the river walk, which is a 9k return, but it's there and back. So I'm doing this little 8k loop in the hopes that it's a bit more exciting. Super well maintained, very flat, very easy, doable for anyone. So I am at the 4k mark, which is halfway. It's taken me an hour, which is kind of what I estimated for my pregnant self, but it is humbling. Like, no one should be walking at this age, at this pace, but that's the way it is now. Okay, I've come out to this manicured picnic site, and here I am by the waterfall. There's my waterfall. Apparently there is a way to walk to the bottom. It's taken me a while to already just get to this viewpoint, but someday we'll get there. You can have a picnic anywhere on the lawn. I think there might be bar facilities. Little sappy photo frame. Anyway, my trail's actually that way, but I see the shortcut to the country club is there, so we'll see. Just walking through the picnic site on my trail. Interesting thing about these trails is that they're always different, because they change them based on where they're harvesting wood. So Hamza came earlier this year and the 15k was different. This time the 15k doesn't go past the falls. When he came it did. So yeah, you can keep coming back and things stay fresh. bathrooms. I see there is a braai there. No table, so bring your own. And you can see it's spotless, so make sure you clean up your rubbish. Slightly closer view, but yeah, the trees in my way. I am supposed to return this way, but it's back through the forest, so I'm gonna give the river walk a go. It's a bit longer, but only by a K. I am pregnant, so I can confirm the bathrooms are clean and functional. Running water. Just look at this bright red tree. I'm gonna find out the name. You can see down there's another bathroom, another picking site. I'm walking right along the river. I just passed the top of the falls, but my trail unfortunately does not take me down there, but there are roads and trails that way. I'm pregnant. I don't have the stamina to walk down there and walk back up here. And also the time, because I have to be back by 2 o'clock, which gives me about 20 minutes to do 1.5 kilometers, which we all know is a challenge for me at this stage. But yeah, you should definitely check it out when you come. I'll be back. There's that river again, teasing me. It's really nice that all these treacherous bits have bridges. Even all the river crossings had bridges. No rock hopping, none of that. Safety first. Can you see there's a kliptassie? Show some wildlife. I saw some snakes. Little green one slithered onto my path. The next one I was in the hole, I literally just ran. I didn't even stop to look. Looks like we're ending off in some grassland along the river. Yeah, so most of the hike was in forest. This is probably the only exposed part. Very beginner friendly, well maintained, well marked. This Karkloof River is quite a grand thing. It's wide, got quite a few cascades going on. Many waterfalls and cascades. Doesn't that just feel like a scene from the English countryside? There's even a dairy farm in the distance. Oh, now I'm entering a nice shaded bamboo forest on my last kilometer, hopefully. I must say my only gripe about this walk is that there are a ton of flies and they do not give you peace, which is quite gross. And after 2 hours 13 minutes according to my watch, and 8.78 kilometers, back at the country club where I was supposed to chill and wait for Hamza, but I decided to give it a go. Now my back's a bit tired, to be honest, but I think it was worth it. Finally made it to Karkloof Falls. Really beautiful country club with a kiddies area, restaurant serving your basics. Start the trails, of course, and they have tennis courts as well. Welcome to Groundcover Leather in Curry's Post. This is a leather shop. Everything here is made locally in Curry's Post. Materials are all sorted locally. They've got hiking boots, so we're going to give them a go. Let you know how that turns out. And I'll show you the factory outside. They also make really beautiful sandals, belts, bags. But yeah, I'll show you the factory. This is the factory where everything is made inside. Everything is locally sourced. The leather, the laces, the soles are made in Durban. Alright, here we are in the factory. This is a fully family run business. Sorry, the lights are off, but all the sewing is done. Everyone's employed locally. The business started 37 years ago by parents and handed it down to their kids. Within, they also assist the factory workers with the education of their children, running after school education programs. So yeah, love a good local business. It brings so much value. This is the little homework classroom where Amanda, she is very humble. She's gone to hide. Do you guys want to be in the video or not want to be in the video? You can hide your faces. Alright, this is the little homework classroom. We're very late. It's after 5, so it's empty now. But you can see they've got all these books. Amanda does after school homework with these kids. She's very humble and has ran away. But yeah, they do a lot of good work. They might not want you to know this because they're just very humble people, but they also sponsor the education of all their employees. And if you ever want to come check out their stuff, everyone knows the Barn Owl Glass House. So they're right here in Curry's Post. This store's just behind the Barn Owl. But we're going to try out these boots and we'll keep you posted.
So after cycling at Karkloof, we decided to stay at Kululapa because it's close to the Berg Gardens as well as accessible to the Grey Mare waterfall. So we stayed at this really cool place, and this guy built his own foofy slide which goes, I think, 220 meters. His son previously worked at Karkloof Canopy Tours, so that's how they learned how to do this. This couple used to previously run adventure school camps. So yeah, they're quite the adventurous people, and there's also a trail here to a waterfall which I'm going to check out now. Oh, here's this cool bridge that they also built, and I'm not sure if you can see, but the slide goes from here all the way there. This is one of the waterfalls on the property. They call it Hippo Hollow. It literally took me around 3 minutes to get here. There's another one, a bigger one, which I might check out next. It's a really nice, well-maintained path, very easy. Not too sure about the next one, but let's check it out. It's a beautiful trail along the, I'm not sure if I'm saying it properly, Mshwalweni River. Sounds like Molweni, but it's not Molweni. However, I'm going to turn back because I usually can do this. I can like jump on the rocks and go across or take off my shoes. But also my wife is, she's not feeling too well, and I told her I won't be too long. So I didn't know there was a second waterfall. I knew there was a first one, which took me like 3 minutes. This one here, I'm not sure how long. So I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm going to return back to my wife because we're going to head back today. We're actually cutting our trip a day short because she's not feeling too well. So even though I'm not finishing it, it's fine because I would really like to do it with my wife. So now we have a reason to come back. Sometimes we don't get to do everything, but we don't mind because it gives us a reason to come back. So we always try to leave a thing or two just so that, it's a motivation. And we will definitely be back in this area because there's so much that we had planned that we didn't do, but it's fine. At least now we know it's worth coming over here. It's worth driving on the dirt road. Because as I said, we wanted to check out Berg Gardens, which is like next door to this place, 2 kilometers away. We wanted to check out Two Falls, which I think you start from Two Falls Resort. We wanted to check out the bottom of Grey Mare Falls, which I think you start from Bush Willows accommodation place. And we wanted to check out the top of the falls, which is a different route. I think you do it from Mount Gilboa side, and we wanted to summit Mount Gilboa as well. I also want to check out the blue crane, which is our national bird. They have like a hideout. I want to check out the Karkloof Nature Reserve as well as the Conservancy. So there's so many things to do in this area. So we'll definitely will be back. Cool spots out. So tracking. I decided to take a small fork which I saw. So in order to cross this river, you need to walk on this rope at the bottom while holding on this rope on the top. I think if you do fall, you should be fine. But hopefully we can make it across without falling for the sense of achievement. But if you do fall, just come back and try it again. So definitely next time I want to do this. My wife is pregnant at the moment. She is like 36 weeks, so it'll be nice to do it with her. And this is the same river which probably leads to the waterfall. So let me just show you the paths. I heard the waterfall is like around 9 meters, and they call it jump falls, if I'm not mistaken, because you can jump from on top of the falls into the river. So I assume it's quite deep, and we love kloofing and cliff jumping, so can't wait to do that next time. So even though we were at Karkloof yesterday, this area, if I'm not mistaken, falls more under the Berg mountain range, because from here to Karkloof Country Club, it's like a 35-minute drive. So that's why we decided to stay here instead of Hawick, because Hawick's even further away. If you're doing Karkloof Country Club and the MTB trails, then Hawick would be fine. It's not that far, maybe like a 25-minute drive. But Hawick to here is quite far, and there's so many activities to do in this particular region. That's why we decided to stay around here. So we call this holiday it's like a honeymoon but a babycation, because we're having our first baby soon. I'm not sure whether I should go this way. It's the way I came from. Tree is marked over there, but I love looping things, so I'm gonna go this way instead and see where it takes me. It's a babycation, so it's like our last few weeks, probably like less than 4 weeks of just being the two of us. So we decided to come on a small holiday. We started off with Cumberland. My wife actually, that was her plan, Cumberland, because it's close to a hospital. It's only like an hour away from Durban. It's very chilled, so it makes for an ideal babycation. This part, the Karkloof part, was my idea, because from Cumberland to here, it's like an hour away, but it isn't as chill because there's so many activities to do. And unfortunately, she got sick the moment we got here to Kululapa. Yesterday at Karkloof, she was fine. So at Karkloof, I did a 30-kilometer mountain trail biking route. She obviously couldn't do that because it's very bumpy. So the plan was for her to chill at the country club, make some YouTube videos, but she ended up going for a 8-kilometer trail to the Karkloof Falls view site. It was fairly flat, so she managed that there. And I mean, she's a guide as well. We've been hiking throughout the pregnancy. Obviously, we even did a multi-day hike, 3-day one. For that one day, we take precautions. Oh, okay. So let me just show you where we... Remember the slide? It started from there. Now I'm in the opposite side. Interesting. So how do I backtrack? I probably have to walk here and then there. Pregnancy, it's not a disease. You can't stop doing things. You just got to take precautions. So for the multi-day hike, I ported her stuff. She didn't carry a big bag. Reason being because of the waist strap. She couldn't put the waist strap. We had nice comfortable mattresses, so that was fine. But yeah, we've been hiking throughout. If the terrain gets too technical, then we do turn back. Like at Cumberland, it was, I wouldn't say technical, it was just overgrown, and we had to like squat a lot. And normal us would have finished it, but because she was pregnant, it wasn't worth it. So there's another path going there. So yeah, she will give you many tips on how to hike while pregnant. Oh, let's see where this takes us now. It's going down. Are we gonna do a crossing? let's see. I'm going to cut the video and then yeah, I'll resume it from the other side. Okay, so this took us on the top of the hippo pool, and look, there's a nice swing to swing across. So I'm just gonna backtrack to the way I know, because it's quite wet and I don't want to get my shoes wet when it's the last day. Okay, so this is the part I'm backtracking, just because I didn't want to get my shoes wet. So across this bridge, if you look over here, they have a nice railing to hold on to in case it's slippery, which is the case for today because it rained last night. It rained the night before, but the nice thing is that it hasn't been raining in the day, so that's great. Oh, so I think there's even a sign over here. If you look behind, let's just zoom in. Jump falls to the left, which I attempted now, but I returned, and hippo pools to the right, which you saw. Yeah, when it comes to hiking when you're pregnant, use sticks. Have your cell phone with, make sure there's reception, first aid, hike with someone. Yesterday, even though she went alone, she had a cell phone, I had my cell phone, I was in the vicinity. We studied the terrain, well she did. I was already on my cycle, she phoned me and she told me which route she's doing. So at least I was aware. My plan was to actually meet her at the viewpoint, but she hikes a bit slower than usual because obviously she's pregnant and I was cycling, so I got there before. But I knew where she was. The people at the base camp, which is at the country club, they knew where she was, and they actually even told her that, you know, she can do it. It's like walking as usual, and she did say it was very easy. So now heading back to our place. I'll show you where we stayed last night. We stayed at a smaller place, but very beautiful. When we got there, the fire was lit. Look how well maintained these trails are. I'm going to show you our cute place. Check it out. So it's my bicycle. A small axe if you're going to chop up some wood. So here's our outdoor shower. Let's pop it through here. It also works with the donkey. I forgot the name, the donkey something, where you heat the wood up. And let me show you the inside. Birdsong, it's called Birdsong. The big one's called Lapa. So here is the fireplace, and my wife, she's feeling very cold because unfortunately she's sick. There's electricity and gas, so I'm currently pouring some water for some coffee. They even give you coffee and tea. Let me show you the room. South catering, as you can see, cutlery, crockery, table, yeah, everything. So here's the room. Mind the mess. Usually I like to make the videos before we get here, but we got here at night. Here's our toilet, nice indoor toilet, extra blankets they provide. So the thing is, to get you from the parking lot to here, it's like 400 meters. If you have a 4x4, you should be fine. But I mean, you can just walk. We walked it. Yeah. Anthony, the husband, he even helped us to take some stuff. So now this is upstairs for the kids. I think you can sleep two in here. They will give you another bed if need be. Blankets as well. It's like a kind of like an attic vibe. So let's go down. I'm going to show you a really cool thing to do while passing time. The books, the library. And very, very appropriate books. Once again, about birding, trees, basically everything that has to do with nature. Wildflowers, trees of southern Africa, Lord of the Rings. This place kind of gives that vibe, all the forest, and just books and books and books. So if you're a bookworm, this is definitely a place. You can sit by the fireplace and just take in the view. We're pretty high up in elevation. Oh, so I think my water is boiled. I can now drink my final cup of coffee before we go. Give you a tour of the bigger place. I haven't stepped in as yet, so this is all new to me. So yeah, I might make some errors. So whole lot of gas, water, clean water. This place can apparently sleep up to 20 people. So how do I put the light on? Let's see. Is the light on? Yeah. Okay, so here's a kitchen, some gas stove, another gas stove, comes with cutlery, a lot of pots. What else do we see? A huge seating area, fridge, knotting board. What's that about? Nice big mirror. Oh, bowline, clove hitch, all the different types of knots. Very interesting. I think the owner is a mechanical engineer by profession, so he's quite hands-on. He built all of this himself. This place is a birding paradise. They have a bird book. Tanks for water to store. This looks like a binoculars, if I'm not mistaken. And wow, nice view, a huge seating area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this can probably sleep over here as well. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Plus more, 16, 17, 18. Oh, so you can easily fit more than 20 people. Let's see what books there are. Well, this place is in nature. It's in the indigenous forest. So birding books, more birding books, how to identify trees. I was actually went for a walk this morning, and just by the sound, the owner identified a bird. I think it was a lorry. So it's really, really beautiful. Nice fireplace. Let's go check out upstairs. They provide you with as much wood as you want. Okay, let's see what upstairs has for us. Look, more seating areas. This is really nice for a family getaway. We have Albert Einstein, I want to know God's thoughts. More books. So I think after his adventure camp, the owner decided to build this so that guys can come over and chill after church, have a conversation. Some beds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wow, look, if you climb the ladder, there's a 5th one. So for now, there's mainly single beds. But I heard the owner told me that they want to start putting some double beds. So I'm not sure how to get outside. As I said, they told me I can come have a look, so I'm not too quite familiar. This is the first time I'm walking into it. So there was 5 beds there. Let's see what we have here. 6, 7, climb the ladder again. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So far 12. What do we have here? Let's put the light on. I think you can see though. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 on top. What do we have here? We have a toilet, basin, another toilet. So there's 2 toilets in here. And I think the showers are outside. Wow, look at all of this towels. It comes stocked with all the towels. So let us go check out outside. So yeah, if you're into birding and nature and trees and you want to be away from all the busy places, then this is definitely the place to be. It's a really cool getaway. It was designed to be rustic, and we love it, honestly. It's rustic but clean, neat, well maintained. they designed it to be rustic. I mean, they built it not too long ago. It's not like they built it from the 60s, but it has that really nice rustic feel. So this is what you call a donkey shower. You basically light your wood and you put it in here. It heats up and it connects to, I think, 3 showers from what I've heard. So let's go check out the 3 showers. Is it 3 showers? Oh, it's so nice. Because even though it's outdoor, it's still protected. You know, it has a roof, mirror. How many showers are there? 1, 2, 3 as promised. What else do we have? Maybe there's some toilets in here. There were 2 inside. And oh yes, here's 1 and another one. Comes with toilet roll as well. And the setting of this area is just so beautiful. I think the sun stays there, or used to stay there at the loft. I'm gonna go check out the waterfall trail. So yeah, it's so beautiful. Let me show it to you from the outside. Here we go. This is the outside. Check it out. There's other accommodation coming up. The owner was telling me about it. So I think this will probably be maybe a 4-sleeper, not sure, but it's gonna be a nice in-betweener between the place my wife and I stayed at last night and the huge 20-sleeper. This is the parking lot. This is the road you need to go down through the forest. So we left our car over here. If you are deciding to stay over here, we'd advise packing your things into like a backpack, so at least you can strap it on your hips rather than with a suitcase, because most likely you'll have to walk down. The view from here is quite beautiful with all the forests. And yeah, so the lodge, their forest is all indigenous, but obviously if you drive to the Sapi side, then it's a bit different. There's indigenous as well as other types. So yeah, here's the bike and off we go. Visit in the parking lot. I mean, look, even to get to the parking lot itself, we'd recommend a high clearance, because even the drive from Harwich to here, it's on like a gravel road, so high clearance will make a smoother ride, especially if it's wet. It's the drive back to Durban. To my left and right, it's all the Sapi plantations.